and gents, this is the moment you've waited for.
This is the greatest show!
And now, here's your host, Clint Arthur.
He is a native New Yorker. You'll hear it in his voice. A really strong speaker and smart IT expert, Mr. Michael Einbinder Schatz. Welcome to the greatest show of all time.
Thank you, Clint. It's a pleasure to be here. You know, people talk about being a cyber expert. I heard a thought leader recently talk about how it's an adventure. It's not a journey, it's an adventure. Because journey indicates work. It's not work. You want it to be fun. You want it to be more fun. And so I think about how I moved from a radio, television, and film degree at Temple University into the world of cybersecurity, information technology. I started out selling videotapes. It was the booming days of video, buying and selling used tapes, selling adult films. It was boom. And I took over a computer system. I knew nothing about computers. Nothing about computers. Did I say, Clint, that I knew nothing?
Nothing
about computers. And suddenly I find myself running a system for 50 people, and I liked it. I knew that I could always work in a field that was starting to boom in a whole different way. And so it was that I ended up at a law firm, teaching, training on computers, and ultimately opening my own business back in 1996. And it's funny because people think, oh, you're a computer expert, you're this. You know, I fired myself back 17 years ago. I haven't touched a computer in years, except as an end user. But I know what it is to connect with people. I know what it is to listen to them, to hear what their concerns are, to hear their fears and their concerns and their frustrations about growing their business, maintaining strategy. And my mission is to turn that into action that has a positive impact on who they are and what they do and their own missions.
Give us an example.
So in 1996, I went to an ALA event, and I got to meet a number of nonprofits that were having computers donated to them. And I met this one. You know, I went to the goal. You know, I'd learned early, don't go to these business card exchanges and hand out a bunch of cards and expect to speak to everyone. Look for 1 to 2 good conversations. And I met this woman, Karen Buck, who was the new executive director of a small but important nonprofit, SeniorLAW Center. And we had a great conversation. They served the needs of elderly. In fact, they were Senior Citizen Judicare Project back then. Seniors in need that couldn't afford lawyers. That's what they did. And we had a great conversation. This is back in the day. I'd get on the train going home, and I would type up my letters on my big 8-pound notebook computer in my Comic Sans font. It was just and I sent that letter off like the next day, snail mail, and 3 days later I heard from her, Michael, we had a great conversation. I got your lender. You are the kind of person that we want to work with. She didn't say, you're the computer expert we want to work with. She said, you're the kind of person that we want to work with. And now it's 23 years later. There are, I don't know, they were 10 people back then, back when I was crawling under desks, hooking up wires, doing all that kind of fun, not so fun stuff that I fired myself for because I wanted to help people and businesses. Now there are about 35 people there in every county in the Philadelphia area. They're making a difference in far more lives. I've helped them get funding for their systems. I really feel like we've been an integral part of their growth because I'm connected to their mission. It matters to me. And it's an inadvertent plug. I just think they're an amazing organization. But you could be a for-profit business. If I can help your business grow, I'm passionate about that because, Clint, small business is what this country's all about. The
Amen.
Creative ideas that come out of people who are grinding it out to make it and bring something that can change the world.
You're like Henry Ford. You're the guy who just presses buttons and people understand what to do when you push the button. Is that it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're the guy who just connects with the CEO of a tech company, of an entrepreneurial company, and just handles the tech issues for them through your pushing buttons?
I push buttons. In the case of my company, the buttons are working with the extremely dedicated and talented team that I have assembled over the years of people who can actually make it happen.
What's the name of the company, and how can people find out more about how you can help them?
Company is Jobecca Technology Group. It's the first part of Joshua, J-O, and the last part of Rebecca, B-E-C-C-A. And that's the website, jobecca.com. My email is eschatz, E-S-C-H-A-T-Z. But you know what? If you're hearing my voice over these 50,000 watts and you want to contact me, call my cell phone, 215-498-8320. Let's have a conversation.
Einbinder Schatz is the name, and making it happen is his game. Thanks so much for coming into the greatest show of all time.
Thank you, Clint.